Let's talk about my predictions for the AP World History DBQ. I'm focusing my attention just on the DBQ this year because now that the College Board is releasing multiple sets of free response questions, there's just too many LEQ prompts floating around to even really make sense of them. So what I've done is I'm looking at every single DBQ prompt from the last 5 years or so, meaning since the AP World History course changed to being AP World History Modern. You can find a better version of this graphic on my Instagram, but for now, all I've done is I've put every DBQ prompt from the last 5 years or so, organized by time period and also color-coded by primary theme. Of course, the themes overlap. If you're writing about economics, you're also talking about society. You know that. I've identified 3 big gaps, 3 areas where I'm kind of surprised there hasn't been a DBQ on these. And I'm going to count them down from my 3rd most likely to my number 1 most likely. And in this case, they actually happen to go chronologically in reverse order. So at number 3, I still think I've been predicting this for years, so I haven't been right yet. I got to be right at some point. I think there's got to be something either on World War II or the Cold War decolonization era. The only reason why this might be less likely is that it's all from kind of late Unit 7 and Unit 8, which a lot of teachers are probably rushing to finish right now. And so I think the College Board tends to be a little bit nicer and make the DBQ on something a little bit earlier where they're confident that every teacher has had time to really go in depth. But still, Cold War impact on decolonization and independence movements, oh, that would be such a good DBQ. Coming in at number 2, there hasn't been a DBQ on the revolutions or the Enlightenment and the revolutions in this new kind of modern era. Now, maybe that's partly because that's going more into kind of the AP Euro realm at this point, but still, I think it would be a great one. I think this would be a very kind DBQ to give you something like evaluate the impact of the Enlightenment on the revolutions, or maybe evaluate the impact of the Enlightenment and the political revolutions on rights, like women's rights, suffrage, abolition of slavery, that sort of thing. But number 1, if I had to put money down, my bet on the DBQ, or at least an LEQ prompt, is going to be the age of exploration. If you look, the last 10 DBQs or so, only one of them has been from this era of kind of the 1500s. And I just think that's crazy because the age of exploration, discovery, conquest, whatever you're calling it, is so important. It's kind of the basis for almost the rest of the course. Now note that the College Board has already told us that the DBQ will not come from Units 1 and 2, meaning the DBQ will not be on something pre-1450. So there's not going to be a Mongol DBQ. There could be a Mongol LEQ, right? That could be one of your choices. But there hasn't been something on the Age of Exploration in a really long time, especially the Age of Exploration in the Atlantic and kind of the New World Americas. Again, this would be a really nice one to give you, something about the Columbian Exchange, something about the impact on the indigenous people, maybe the mixture and the creation of new cultures in the New World, something like that. That's my number 1 bet for the DBQ, or at least a major focus in the free response questions. What do you think? Which prompt, which topic of these would you feel the best about? And which one maybe do you want me to do a little review on?